The NFL draft is over, and I watched every single second of it. I love the NFL draft. I wish it was more than once a year. It's just great to see how your team is going to improve through the draft and to see guys' lives change and their dreams come true to join an NFL team. I made another video about our first pick in the draft, the Bills' first pick in the draft, and Kincaid. So you can go watch that video, but I will say again that I love the pick. I think he's going to be a great addition to the team, going to help us in the slot to replace Cole Beasley and get a bigger body on the field as well on other plays. So I really love the pick. I think it's a fantastic fit, and he was supposed to go higher than that, so great value as well. But in the second round, the Buffalo Bills drafted Osiris Torrence out of Florida, a big guard. He's 6'5", 347 pounds. And I'm the first one to say the Buffalo Bills needed to add some size maybe or some better play on the offensive line. And I think Osiris Torrence is going to bring that. I wanted a tackle, but he was the top-rated guard for most people in the draft. At some points, people thought he was going to go in the first round. I know when the whole draft process started, he was the guy listed as the Bills' pick in the first round. So to get him in the second round is just fantastic. He, again, is massive. He allowed no sacks, 0 in his college football days at Florida. And he blasts holes. He just makes huge holes for running backs to go through, and that's what we want. And I guess the only little drawback on him maybe just how fast he's able to pull. But bringing all the other things to us, that's just a minor thing. And no one's going to be a perfect pick. But he does fit the needs. Again, I wish we might have been able to pick a tackle, but I'm excited, very, very excited in our second round pick to see what he's going to be able to bring to the team and some of the highlights he can give us when he pancakes some of those NFL players. In round 3, the Bills picked Dorian Williams, linebacker out of Tulane. I was banging the drum harder than anybody that the Bills needed to draft a linebacker. And they did, but maybe there was no middle linebackers available, but I really wanted a middle linebacker, not a backup for Matt Milano, as I thought that's what we picked last year when we picked Terrell Bernard. But, I guess we're adding another linebacker. Maybe we'll see a different scheme or things. It's just going to be impossible to replace Edmonds anyway. And, there's still some other guys out there. Maybe we pick up somebody from another team still to be the middle linebacker. And I do, again, love Dotson. I think Dotson's going to play a big role for the Bills. And when he substituted for Edmonds last year, he played really well. So I'm really, really excited to see what Dotson's able to do. And then the Bills traded. And they traded again. And then they traded again. It seemed like we were never going to pick. But Justin Shorter, the wide receiver out of Florida, was picked. Or maybe some of those trades were after him. Anyway, there were a lot of trades. Got confusing. I wanted Trey Palmer. I just wanted the speed that Trey Palmer was going to bring. But Shorter's fast too. And he brings the height as well. I mean, Palmer's not short. But 6'4" is nice, and he's definitely physically fit. If you haven't seen the picture of him yet, he's stacked. He obviously works out a lot. I think maybe his production was a little bit lower at Florida just because of the scheme they were using and how it just didn't fit right. And if he'd have played somewhere else, he would have put up even bigger numbers than he did at Florida. But coming out of high school, he was the top recruit, and looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do in the Bills offense. So I'm happy with that pick. And then we move on to round 7. We didn't have a 6th-round pick. Again, we did some of those trade things to get additional picks next year. And we got Nick Broeker out of, he's a guard from Mississippi. Again, we needed offensive line. Again, I would have preferred a tackle. But this was a guard that was supposed to get picked in the 5th round. So to get him in the 7th round, I thought was really good, and so that's a really good value. One of the unique things I think that about him is he knows Dawson Knox already. He went to school with Luke Knox, and when Dawson saw him at the Combine, he actually, they joked about switching jerseys after a game. Maybe they can switch jerseys at practice. I don't know, but they're going to be on the same team now, so they won't be able to do that jersey swap after a game. And, he's a good guard, and at the least, he's going to bring us some depth at practice and hopefully in the practice squad, or, for training camp, we needed some more players. But I think he may make the team. He's pretty good. And then Alex Austin, a cornerback, was our last pick in the draft out of Oregon State, 6'1". That's nice size for a corner. And he is not afraid to get up there and make those tackles to hit the running backs as well on running plays. And he had, I think, 4 or 5 interceptions in college. So, he's a really good player, really solid for a 7th-round pick. I think that was a fantastic pickup. And Jordan Poyer is going to be very happy because he loves Oregon State, where he went to college. So I know Jordan was following them, so he probably knows Alex as well. So that's a great pickup. I'm very happy with that. So it was a good draft. I think I'd grade it maybe a B+, only because I would have liked the pieces to maybe fit a little bit better. But the first-round pick and the second-round pick, fantastic. I can't wait to see both of those guys play, especially Kincaid. He's going to really bring a new facet to our offense. So in summary, yes, a great draft. And, I think they're going to sign some more. Well, they already have signed some guys that weren't drafted. And I think they'll sign some veterans from some other teams as well before we get to training camp. And maybe I'll make some videos about that down the road. But for now, go Bills. And remember, God loves you. And so do I.